A former Dragon Ball editor just took some crazy shots at Attack on Titan, so let's talk about it. So these comments were made by Kazuhiko Torishima at a recent Japan Expo, where he basically just took these pot shots at Attack on Titan unprovoked, saying that after the anime ended, its manga sales plummeted, which points to it not having a lasting influence or resonating with readers. And I quote, he said, "Creating a character is a simple thing. Even a child can do it." So he's saying that, like, a lot of people talk about how great and complex the Attack on Titan characters are. He's saying anyone can create a character, but what? Like, what kind of critique even is that? He goes on to say that Dragon Ball and Naruto took their readers on engaging journeys through the eyes of the main characters, and that was a part of their appeal. He says, it's not so much about the story itself, but the fact that the reader is taken on a journey by the character. My guy, what do you think a story is? He goes on to say that this simple structure allows not only adults, but also children to be interested in the story. And sure, you cast a wider net with a simple story because you're catering to the lowest common denominator. And he talks about how when he worked on Dragon Ball with Toriyama, one of their biggest influences was Tom and Jerry for this reason, because it was so simple, everyone could understand it. He says you watch it for fun, but at the end, there's nothing to learn. And I quote, he said, manga should strive for a similar goal, prioritizing the enjoyment of the reader rather than leaving a deep, lasting impression on them. The primary objective of a work should be create something a person would read for fun and retain nothing. It could not be more obvious that Torishima is on the business side of operations. This entire philosophy is just about making more money, completely soulless. He wants to mass produce slop in order to cater to the greatest amount of people to make the most amount of money. So it's no wonder that he doesn't like Attack on Titan. It is literally the antithesis of mindless slop. It's one of the most complex and nuanced stories in the medium. So again, this comes off as bitter and jealous in my opinion. And I honestly can't think of one author worth their salt that would be on board for this philosophy. Yeah, like people will read my stuff, but they're turning their brain off when they do it and they don't take anything from it. Like, what is the purpose of art if not sharing yourself through it, if not expressing yourself through it and hoping that people take things away from the story, the lessons, the themes that you are showing through your characters? So this just baffles me, and it honestly makes me very sad that Torishima is in a very powerful and influential place within this industry, because not only was he a previous editor for Dragon Ball, but he was also previously the editor-in-chief for Weekly Shonen Jump.